Alright, so welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I've done a video on TYT, but there's a reason for that. I'm just tired of them, and I was having issues with my computer, so my Windows computer. So here we go with this. This video they uploaded on Friday, and I remember this because I saw it Friday night, Friday night. And it's an alleged plot. Trump allegedly wanted to execute Michigan Democrat for certifying 2020 election. Okay, yeah, like I believe that. But just by that title, it sounds just implausible and ridiculous. But get a load of the evidence that they have. Like the only piece of evidence that they have, because it is just ridiculous once you realize how absurd their evidence is. This is an NBC News piece, so and she gave an interview to NBC News, and NBC News, of course, took a word for it. That's all the evidence they have was her word. And there's something else too. I want you guys to see because TYT admits to it here, and it's just hilarious how they think that's evidence. And they based a 10-minute video or almost 11-minute video off this supposed execution plot when there's no real evidence for it. Excuse me. I'm be eating my yogurt throughout the video part, so it's like 8:20 in the morning. So I'm not gonna go through this whole thing because I'm not going to subject you to 11 minutes of TYT. But nonetheless, here we let's put that in full screen. Here I go. And let's move this over here. I think that's good, yeah.
People will go to overturn legitimate election results and seize power in our country.
Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson was now speaking out about what she had heard Donald Trump had been saying about her as far as her stance when it comes to certifying the 2020 election, which of course he still continues to say was stolen from him. So of course, since
How dare you question the election, right? Don't question the election, even though we questioned the election 4 years ago with Russiagate. We spent 4 years questioning Trump's presidency. Now that Trump is doing it, how dare you question the fucking election? Our guy Joe Biden won, had a damn thing to do about it, so shut the fuck up. That's what they're telling Trump, basically. Hypocritically, of course, but
of course, since she's the Secretary of State of Michigan, he thoughts about how she was a traitor for not doing the wrong thing. And you know what he would like to do with traitors? Execute them. She heard about this and she's speaking out about it. Now here's some more.
that's it. Did you hear that? Let's go back.
And you know what he would like to do with traitors? Execute them. She heard about this and she's speaking.
She heard about this. That's their evidence. She heard about it, so it's hearsay. It's hearsay from someone who's supposedly at the meeting, where Trump supposedly said, let's execute the Michigan Secretary of State for treason. So she heard about it. That's all the evidence they have. That's all the evidence NBC News has. Because I read through their article, I didn't see any more evidence other than that. I'm not going to go through the article either because it's way too long and my ADD is acting up, so I'm not going to read the whole article. But excuse me. But yeah, I mean, this is all the evidence they have. It's ridiculous. I mean, how can anyone believe this is real? Unless you're a partisan hack and hate Trump, then that's the only way you believe it. Because there's no way that you can believe the story if you're just a normal person. What happened to watching this video?
She's speaking out about it. Now here's some more details from that. So Benson, she's a Democrat, and she revealed the alleged remark for the first time in an interview. As you saw there.
Of course, she's a Democrat. You think a Republican would make this up? A Republican make this up against Trump? They'd be excommunicated from the party. Of course, a Democrat.
With NBC News, she said she learned it from a source familiar with Trump's White House meeting. She goes, "It was surreal, and I felt sad." In recall,
She felt sad. Like, I'd be furious. I wouldn't be sad. Like, if this is true, the president of the United States wants me dead. I'd be furious. I'd be going all over media and say, "Okay, I'm right here, motherfucker. Wait, what now? You want me dead? I'm right here." But she was sad. Classic Democrat, by the way.
recalling that her reaction when she first heard about this. She also continued on and said it certainly amplified the heightened sense of anxiety, stress, and uncertainty of that time, which I still feel in many ways, because it showed there's no bottom to how far Trump and his supporters are willing to stoop to overturn or discredit a legitimate election. So Trump's spokesperson.
But 2016 wasn't legitimate. If you ask this Democrat, I guarantee you she'll scream Russiagate all day long. 2016 wasn't legitimate because Trump won. But as soon As Biden wins, all of a sudden it's legitimate, and Trump can't question it. Ridiculous.
Responded to this whole thing, and you won't be surprised at the way he spoke about this. So reach for comment. Trump spokesperson Taylor Budowich said, "I have it on good authority that Secretary Benson knowingly lied throughout her interview with NBC News." Okay, that's it. It's over.
Oh, okay.
Trump spokesperson said that he has a good feeling that she lied throughout the interview.
Yeah, because he asked Trump. When he says, "I have it on good authority that Benson lied throughout her interview." Wait, Olivia? No. What was I going to say? I lost track of what I was going to say. Well, this is embarrassing. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second. Let me go back 5 seconds.
That's it. It's over.
Oh, okay.
Trump spokesperson said that he has a good feeling that she.
Okay, I remember now. Yeah, he asked Trump. Like, what do you expect? Yeah, Trump denied the story, so he said, yes, it's not true. It's bullshit. And the only evidence Secretary Benson has is what? A hearsay from somebody in the room. That's not evidence. So he said, she said. That's what they're basing this on. And then, of course, they believe the Democrat because the Young Turks hate Trump. This is about talking about Trump and shitting on him, as usual. That's what this is all about. Then this is not a real news story.
That she lied throughout the interview. Okay, I guess that's it. Now, as far as this whole thing with him saying that she should be executed, she's a traitor, it's not the only way that she was harassed.
All right, that's not important. Because apparently there were also protesters who went to her house, and protested her, who were Trump supporters. So the Young Turks would be outraged about that, even though they loved the part when liberals went to protest the Supreme Court justices just a few days ago. So this is more hypocrisy. Let's skip through all this. Skip that. Skip all this bullshit. I want to get to Cenk now. I think this is it.
Public lunatic, and she'll be like, "Oh, great! And say
Wait,
I will lie."
Let me go back.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
here we go.
if you want to be endorsed by Donald Trump, just declare you're a public lunatic, and she'll be like, "Oh, great!
Okay, I have to go back a little bit more. This
that can
context.
certify the reality of these elections. So he's endorsed this woman.
Our election cycle in 2020.
Get a load of her. Look at her. She's obviously black. She's not white. She's not a white girl. Black woman. Trump endorses a black woman. J.R. Jackson says he endorsed this woman. They didn't mention the fact she's black. And I'm surprised they didn't even show the photo.
2020 has been a robbery.
Because that's inconvenient towards TYT's narrative, which is the assumption is all black people hate Trump, which is not true.
Secretary of State is the one that should be under investigation. She should be going to jail.
It's Katrina Karamo there speaking about it. She's looking to take her spot.
Yeah.
And I want you to hear what Cenk says about her. In order to get Trump's endorsement, this is important, and it plays into Cenk's racism. Again, big surprise there.
So if you want to be endorsed by Donald Trump, just declare you're a public lunatic, and she'll be like, "Oh, great! And say I will lie for you no matter what, whatever."
Just declare you're a public lunatic. That way, you get Trump's endorsement. That's not what she said at all. This is Cenk inferring and exposing his racism again. Not the first time he's done this. Because if you're an African American, you happen to be conservative, Cenk will use every racist trope against you, and then pretend that he's right. He's the righteous one. That's what he'll do. He's done it before. He'll do it again.
Whatever heinous plot you're concocting, and I hate democracy, he'll instantly endorse it.
That's not what she said. She didn't say she hated democracy. He just made that up. Like he just played the fucking clip, and he's you declare yourself a lunatic and say I hate democracy. That's not what she said. Fucking guy.
Okay, so look, guys, this is scary times.
Scary times. Scary times. Keep watching TYT. Keep putting money in our pocket because it's scary times. And this is what demagogues do. Keep watching the show, keep watching the channel. Because that way I make more money in ad revenue. And I get to scare you to death. Did I say that out loud? Oh well, let's keep going.
Even debated whether we should do this story or not because it has become so.
No, you didn't. You wanted to do this story, Cenk. I guarantee you didn't debate it with your staff. No, you wanted to do this story because this gets you views. This gets you a ton of views. Let me just look at the views real quick. 86,000 views, and this was uploaded Friday. TYT doesn't get 86,000 views on anything, almost anything these days. So trust me, they want to do this video. Jenk's lying here when he says, "Well, I mean, we were debating when we do the story or not." No, you weren't. Don't lie. Don't bullshit me.
So commonplace for the right wing to threaten to murder their opponents. And remember, 40% of Republicans say that it might be time for violence, political violence.
About that poll, and this is a poll from like a year or two ago, I think I remember correctly. I do remember this because it stuck out to me. And that same poll says about 30% of Democrats thought it was time for violence too. And of course, the Young Turks didn't report that. They left that out of their reporting, and they still do to this day. Because I like, wow, 30% of Democrats think it's time for violence. I mean, they're a weak party, and their voters are generally weak. So it's kind of, I was shocked by that. It stuck out to me. And of course, Young Turks never report that. That's inconvenient towards their narrative too. Of, well, liberals are the good guys. We would never do violence, and Republicans are the bad guys. They always do the violence. That's part of their narrative, which is why they're not going to report that inconvenient fact for them
Against their opponents. Remember, Michigan, the same state, is the place where the right-wing group tried to kidnap and murder the governor.
No, they didn't. That was made up. It's a made-up plot by the FBI. That's a lie. He's just now repeating FBI propaganda now. Cenk Uygur doing exactly what the deep state wants him to do. I hope you enjoy those checks.
Was a Democrat. So we just had a shooting in Buffalo. Guy wrote a 180-page manifesto saying, "I'm doing it because I hate black people and I believe in the replacement theory, and I hate all immigrants and all non-white people." So
that manifesto is all over the place. Well, at some points he sounded like a liberal. At some points he was a right winger. At some points it was psychotic. It was a dude that clearly lost his mind. It wasn't just some right wing replacement theory dude. I mean, he lost his mind. Clearly, he needed help, and nobody helped him, which is why he ended up doing what he did, unfortunately. But to say that this is just a right wing thing, he's a right winger, and he killed all these people because he's right wing, I don't think that's true. At least in my opinion, because I read most of the manifesto, and it's all over the place. Oh my god, it was crazy. I'm like, really? Like, you can't infer that he did it because of his political ideology. You can't. It's just all over the place, the manifesto. But Cenk, of course, is going to say it's right wing because that's convenient towards his narrative, his made up reality that all white people are bad, and
so
I didn't mean to play that, and all people of color, minorities such as myself, we're all victims in the situation in this country. That's what his narrative is. So which is why he's going to report it that way.
the violence is coming over and over and over again. And in this particular case, it's not at all surprising because remember the one chant as they were breaking into the Capitol on January 6th was, "Hang Mike Pence, hang Mike Pence." And by the way, he's Donald Trump's vice president. But why did they get the idea to, of all people, kill, murder, execute their own vice president? Because Trump kept saying Mike Pence could make all the difference, and he's choosing not to. He's choosing not to. And he portrayed him as a traitor. And so the people who broke into the building thought, we got to go get the traitor and execute him. And then he threatens her. Oh yeah, if you don't change the election results, I'm going to call you a traitor.
Based on what? It's hearsay. There's no way this would stand up in court. If you take Trump to court over this is hearsay. There's no way that because, and by the way, another point on that, I'm not gonna keep playing this because Cenk keeps going off, and then some other dude comes in, I don't know who that is, and he makes up some shit, and I can't take it anymore. But the whole point, I just thought, I was thinking about this yesterday. Really, a Democrat knows somebody well enough in the Trump White House that individual, he or she, called her and explained that Trump said this. There's no way a Democrat would ever be that close friends with Republicans, especially in the Trump administration. They'd be excommunicated from the party. There's no way that would happen. So I call bullshit on this story. Excuse me. I call bullshit on the story. Jesus Christ, what the noise. It's bullshit. There's no way a story is true whatsoever. This is made up. It's straight up made up. Straight up made up. Nice. I butchered the English language there. It's straight. I'm about to say it again. This is made up, and I just can't believe that. Actually, I can't believe TYT reported this because they hate Trump, and they need. Here's the thing: they need Trump for ratings and for views. It's like they need Joe Rogan. It's like they need Jimmy Dore. It's like they need Dave Rubin. These are four people they constantly go after in their channel because they're desperate for views. The channel's falling apart. It's dying, obviously, so they're desperate to do whatever it takes to make sure they survive and they get some sort of views so they can keep making money. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this video. I'm not gonna play this whole thing. I'm not gonna subject you to a full 10-minute video of TYT because I can't even subject myself to it anymore. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. There's more content coming. I have been making a lot of videos lately, and I'll be continuing making some more. So make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.